Welcome to the live and official weigh-in for Urban Warfare, brought to you by Mr. Mick Francis from Tasman Fighters and Mr. Spencer Brown from Gold Star Promotions, live on with our broadcast partner, Stan Sport. Rob Scheif is my name, to my left, Maria Rico, and to her left, the former IBO Cruiserweight World Champion in Ted Kofi. Guys, an amazing event here live on Stan Sport, Fortitude Music Hall. Jason Moloney headlining. This is Moloney versus Donovan. Maria, some exciting fights on the card.
Yes, absolutely. From the bottom to the top, we have a star-studded lineup, some amazing local talent here from Brisbane. I think we're going to go through them, hey, and talk about what's exciting you the most.
We are indeed, Ted, an all-star lineup, like Maria said. We've commentated a lot of these fights. We've seen a lot of them. There's some highlight reels amongst them.
Absolutely, some highlight reels. You know, the Tasman Fighter team are very strong. There's lots of good athletes, and they bring in good, strong promoters. You know, good, strong opposition that's going to give them fair fights. So we're looking for highlight reels. We're looking for great boxing. We're looking for knockouts. But it's going to be a fantastic event.
Starting from the bottom of the card, we've got Chris O'Reilly out of Fortitude now. A lot of hype around this man, 3-0. He's against Scotty Williams. But Ted, 150 amateur fights on the European and UK scene. That's quite a resume.
100%, it's quite a resume. I mean, it's business as usual. You know, 3-0 really doesn't paint the picture. When you've had 150 fights and you've gone and had that nervous energy 150 times, it's just another day in the office.
Suleiman Gusha is on as well, out of Stretton Boxing. He's looking pretty good. He's young and flashy as well.
Yes, he's training under the famous Glenn Rushton. He is a very flashy amateur. He likes to go out there. He likes to show pony. And I asked him yesterday what's going to happen if your opponent brings a war. He said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be a show pony no matter what.
Look, great fights. Ben Mahoney's on there. Max McIntyre, the human highlight reel, the main event. Jason Moloney, Andre Donovan. But let's throw straight to our MC and host for the evening, James O'Shea.
Thank you very much to Rob Scheif, Maria, and to Ted. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To those in the venue here this afternoon with us at the wonderful Fortitude Music Hall, to our audience joining us across Australia via Stan Sport and globally via UFC Fight Pass. This is Urban Warfare. It is presented to you on behalf of Tasman Fighters, Mr. Michael Francis and Mr. Spencer Brown from Gold Star Promotions. This is our official weigh-in. We will get our fighters up on to the scales before our big night of action here tomorrow night, live from Brisbane, the River City, the Olympic City. And we have an exciting night of action that is lined up for you in a venue, ladies and gentlemen, that has produced so many highlights and so many memorable moments for fight fans over the years. It was this room, this venue, Justice Hooney, the superstar heavyweight, created Australian boxing history on debut, winning the Australian heavyweight title. It was on that very same night, Jai Opataya, the king of the cruiserweights, made his return to the ring after a long layoff with injury. And that lit the fuse, what we now know as that raging volcano that is the undisputed cruiserweight king. But also, a number of stars on this particular card have had their share of highlights. We see the IBF #2 in Connor Wallace, won an Australian title, his first title right here in this venue. The takeover, Money Max McIntyre, his first Queensland title at fight #2. And who could forget Benny Mahoney with that moment that went viral that we know as the broken jaw. So many great moments. And again, tomorrow night, we write another chapter in the history of outstanding fights and action right here at the Fortitude Music Hall. And for you, the fans at home, whether it's via Stan Sport Australia or via UFC Fight Pass, you get to see the best of fights, and those in the venue in our sellout crowd will be the best of night. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get the fighters up on to the scales. Let's bring them out for the first fight of the evening. It will be a 6 by 3 minute round bout at middleweight. Our two fighters, red corner is Bongani Sibanda and blue corner Xavier Fletcher. ANBF supervisor overseeing all of the action is none other than Mr. Phil Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bongani Sibanda, originally from Zimbabwe, now based in Canberra. Trained by Daniel Higgins, brings to the ring 4 fights, 3 wins and the 1 loss. And he weighs in 72.40. And next up, stepping up on to the scales. Please put your hands together for Xavier Fletcher, former Queensland and Australian and Australasian champion. Jumps up onto the scales.
Okay, we've got 72.29.
72.29 for Fletcher. So this is a great fight to kick us off, ladies and gentlemen. So the two fighters here going face to face. So this kicks us off. This bout is brought to you thanks to Leone Sports. So plenty of talk between the boys. Come on, make some noise for our first fight of the evening. Plenty of feeling in this one. So what a way to kick off this big card of action. So both boys make it official. We'll bring out the fighters. The next fight on our big card here is in the welterweight division, 4 by 3 minute rounds. Let's bring out the two fighters. Scotty Williams in the red and Suleiman Gusha in the blue. So Scotty Williams jumps up onto the scales. He is the lone wolf, travels to us from Port Lincoln, South Australia. Brings to the ring a professional record for 3 fights, 2 wins. Both wins by way of knockout. This is Scotty Lone Wolf Williams. 68.95. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, a much anticipated professional debut, a moment many have been waiting for. This is Suleiman Gusha. 69.44. So Williams up against Gusha. This one here again, another highly anticipated bout. Gusha on debut. Up against Scotty Williams, who travels to us from South Australia. That takes us to the next bout on our card, and this one is 8 by 3 minute rounds. We do it in the light heavyweight division. It is for the WBC Australasia title. Mr. Phil Austin, also our WBC supervisor here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll bring up the two fighters. First of all, fighting out of the red corner, travels to us from China. This is Wulamu Tulaki. So Tulaki travelling across from China, 18 fights, 13 wins, 8 big wins by way of knockout. Jumps up onto the scales. 78.93. And next, ladies and gentlemen, welcome up on to the stage from right here in Brisbane. 10 professional fights, 10 wins. He is a former Queensland Cruiserweight champion and a WBC Asian Silver champion. This is Austin Sugar-Free Aokuso. 79.29 for Aokuso. Grab a couple of quick words with Austin for the face-off. Austin, all the talk's done, now it's time to fight.
Yeah, it's time to fight. It's showtime now.
What can we expect in this one?
Expect all class, you know, and yeah, expect a knockout.
This is an important one for you, a big step in where you want to go.
Yeah, 100%. You know, every fight is a step in the right direction, and I'm taking it to the top.
I think yesterday would say ChatGPT gave you a fair chance of winning this fight, so still confident about that?
Yeah, you can't go against the odds, you know. If it says 95% chance, then you got to take it.
We'll find out tomorrow 100%. We will know, ladies and gentlemen. That's Austin Aokuso. We'll get the two boys to face off. So WBC Australasia title is on the line. We are scheduled for 8 by 3 minute rounds. This bout brought to you thanks to beautiful Samoa. Make some noise for them, ladies and gentlemen. This one, a title fight on a big night of action. Tulaki out of China, Aokuso here in Australia. They put it all on the line. So that one is in the books. All the best to both of the fighters, the first of our big title fights. Next bout on our program, ladies and gentlemen, 5 by 3 minute rounds. We do it in the middleweight division. This one brought to you thanks to Fortitude Boxing. Let's bring out the two fighters. Red corner is Joshua Hatherley, and in the blue corner, Chris O'Reilly. So Joshua Hatherley jumps onto the scales, travels across the ditch from New Zealand. Weighs in 72.04, makes a noise, Joshua Hatherley. And next up, jumping up on to the scales, he will fight out of the blue corner. 3 professional fights, 3 wins, makes a noise. This is Chris O'Reilly. 72.49. Hatherley up against O'Reilly. 5 rounds in the middleweight division. O'Reilly, it's been a happy hunting ground for the Irish here at the Fortitude Music Hall, and he looks to add his name to that list. O'Reilly 3-0, looking to make it 4-0 against the tough Kiwi in Joshua Hatherley. We move now, ladies and gentlemen, to the next of our big title fights on this card. 8 by 3 minute rounds, we fight for the WBC Australasia title. This one is brought to you thanks to Aspley Mazda. The two fighters, let's bring them up first of all. Fighting out of the red corner, this is Singh. Taj Singh from Melbourne, Victoria brings to the ring a professional record of 31 fights, 20 wins, 9 by way of knockout, a former Australian champion and an OPBF champion, and he weighs in 75.94 for Taj Singh. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him forward to weigh in out of the blue corner. He is undefeated at boxing perfection, 9 fights, 9 wins, 8 big wins by way of knockout, a former Queensland champion, an IBF World Youth Champion. He rides a 7-fight KO streak, makes some noise. He is the takeover, Max Money McIntyre. 76.02. Grab a quick word with both of the boys. First of all, to Taj, we saw the press conference yesterday. You said you were going to do your talking in the ring. That's what's left to do now.
Yeah, that's pretty much like, looking forward to it, and we'll see next time.
A lot of people said old bull versus young bull. Has the old bull got enough to derail what we see going on beside you here?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna bring the fight, and we'll take it from there.
What happens in this fight? What's your prediction for the fans?
I don't predict. All I can say is I'm gonna give one hell of a fight. That's all you can expect from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Taj Singh. We'll go for the man they call the takeover, Money Max, on weight. You've done this a few times now. You must be excited and ready to go.
Yeah, the takeover's in full swing tomorrow night. He's had his time, but it's my time now, baby. It's the money show.
I said before it was that old bull, young bull. You've got too much?
Hey, it'll be a bull and matador performance. I'm going to walk him on the shots. If he wants to come forward, he can try. It's not a good idea.
Every time you jump in the ring, you want to make a statement. Is it the same story here?
Another statement, another highlight reel knockout. Let's go, baby.
Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get them to go face to face. That's the belt that is on the line, WBC Australasia. Great fight on our card here. Make some noise for them, ladies and gentlemen. This is Taj Singh and Max McIntyre. Great fight in our card here, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll settle the score in the ring tomorrow night. Let's move to the next of our big title fights on this card. This time we fight 10 by 3-minute rounds. It is for the IBF Pan Pacific Super Welterweight title. Your IBF supervisor is Mr. Adam Height. And ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you with thanks to Fight HQ. Let's bring out the two fighters. First of all, he is the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, originally from Tasmania, now based on the Sunshine Coast. He is a 2-time Australian Super Welterweight champion. This is Dan the Engine Hill. So Dan Hill jumps up onto the scales.
Okay, we've got 69.61.
69.61. And next, ladies and gentlemen, working up onto the scales. He is the reigning defending champion, currently ranked number 13 in the IBF World Ratings from the Gold Coast. This is Benny, the Gold Coast Golden Boy, Mahoney. He jumps up onto the scales. 69.60 for the Golden Boy, Benny Mahoney. Grab a couple of words with both of our boys. I'll go to the challenger first of all. So, Dan, you've been to the top of the Australian tree a couple of times, and I know this is a fight you've been keen for a while. Now you get your chance.
Yeah, it's a big fight. It's one to test myself. Benny's got great skills, so we're going to look to put on a show here at the Music Hall.
And is it again an opportunity for you to really stake your claim to take that next step?
Yeah, I've got a lot to prove here. I'm coming off a loss, and I've never lost 2 in a row, so I'm here to prove that's not going to happen again.
I know so many times you've stepped into the ring as an underdog and proven people wrong. Do you thrive off that?
Yeah, I guess that's just who it is, what I am now, who it is. I'm always the underdog, so I'm looking forward to it again.
What happens tomorrow night from the opening round?
A good boxing match, lots of skills, or it could be a bloodbath. You never know. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Dan Hill. He is the challenger. We'll grab a couple of words with reigning defending champion. You're on a path to the top. Your promoter believes that. You believe that. That means this. You have to win this fight.
I have to win every fight. I'm world ranked. We've been chasing this my whole life, and we've got some momentum now, and I'm not slowing down at all.
You haven't been easy to match. He's a guy that stood in front and said, yeah, I'll fight you. So he's keen.
I've seen Dan fight a million times. I know what he brings. I know what he brings to the table, and I respect him, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, I've never felt better in my life. I've never felt better in my career. I'm fit. I'm hungry. I'm sharp. I'm levels above the Australian scene in ability, and I'm going to show that.
And is it a time in your life now? I know there's plenty of other big things happening in your life. There's a lot more to fight for you now as well. Does that give you that extra motivation?
Of course. It makes me emotional even thinking about it. My little baby girl's due in 3 weeks, so I'm fighting for them.
What happens in this fight?
I get my hand raised, man, every time.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. He is reigning defending champion. So champion up against a challenger. Mick Francis jumping into the middle. As again, we said this fight brought to you by Tasman Fighters and Gold Star Promotions. Stand Sport Australia. Make some noise for them, ladies and gentlemen. This is the engine, Dan Hill, and the golden boy, Benny Mahoney. So that is Mahoney up against Hill. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to the next bout on our card here. This one, a feature bout, international contest. We're doing it at a catch weight limit of 81 kilos. This one is brought to you with thanks to Next Gen Boxer. If you don't follow Next Gen Boxer on the socials, make sure you jump on, look him up and give him a follow. So Next Gen Boxer presenting this big fight here. Let's bring out the two fighters, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, fighting out of the red corner, travels to us from Mercedes, Buenos Aires, Argentina. This is Walter Sequeira. So Walter Sequeira jumps up on to the scales, former Argentinian WBC Latino champion, and he weighs in officially 80.30. And next, ladies and gentlemen, welcome up on to the scales. Originally from Newry, Northern Ireland, he now calls Brisbane the River City home. Training out of the Fortitude Boxing Gym, his record 17 fights, 16 wins, 11 by way of knockout. A former Queensland and Australian champion, and he is the current WBO Intercontinental and IBF Pan-Pacific Light Heavyweight champion. He is ranked number 11 by the WBC, number 6 by the WBO, and number 2 by the IBF. He's on the road to a world title. Make some noise. This is Connor Wallace. Wallace jumps up onto the scales. 81 kilo catch weight limit.
We've got
80.85. Grab a couple of words with the man himself. Doing an Irish jig.
Yeah, I know.
This has been a very happy hunting ground for you. Will it be the same story tomorrow night?
Yeah, you're going to be in for a treat tomorrow night. Great to be back here. I love the feel of this Fortitude Music Hall. Tune in tomorrow night. If you haven't got tickets, you're in for a treat.
You sit so highly ranked in the IBF. It's been a minute since you've been in the ring. We all know things that happen behind the scenes, but why do you want and need this fight?
Yeah, it's good to be back in the ring. You know, what happened with the IBF and stuff with Bivol fighting Eford, that's out of my control. My job is to be ready, and when my time comes, I'll be fucking ready.
Are you ready?
I'm fucking ready. Let's go!
We'll put them face to face, ladies and gentlemen. So that is the Irish Aussie, Connor Wallace. And coming from Argentina, Walter Sequeira, 8 by 3-minute rounds. 81 kilo catch weight limit. A lot on the line here for the two boys. Connor Wallace in line for a world title shot. And this is a big one for him up against Sequeira. So ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to our main event of the evening. It is 10 by 3-minute rounds, and we fight here for the IBF Intercontinental and WBC Australasia Bantamweight titles. So your main event is brought to you with thanks to Mick Francis from Tasman Fighters and Mr. Spencer Brown from Gold Star Promotions. We are live on Stand Sport across Australia and UFC Fight Pass. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot on the line here for two men that both have the same goal in mind, the opportunity to fight for a world title. It is a crossroads moment for them both and a massive opportunity, and we'll see it right here in Brisbane tomorrow night. Let's bring up the two fighters. Introducing to you first to jump up onto the scales. Travels to us from Uricksville, Ohio, USA. Trained out of the T County Boxing Academy. His record to date is 14 fights, 12 wins, 8 big wins by way of knockout, and he arrives down under with an 11-fight winning streak. Make some noise. This is Andre Sugar Dre Donovan. Donovan jumps up onto the scales. 53.14. This is Sugar Dre, Andre Donovan. And next, ladies and gentlemen, we'll welcome up onto the scales his opponent. Originally from Croydon, Victoria, he now calls Kingscliff, New South Wales home, and he's trained out of the Dragonfire Boxing Gym. His record he brings to the ring: 32 professional fights, 28 wins, 20 by way of knockout. He is a former WBO world champion and a two-time IBF world title challenger. He is currently ranked number 7 by the WBC, number 10 in the WBO, and number 9 by the IBF. Make some noise. He is your legacy building, world title chasing, history making. He is Jason Mayhem Moloney. Maloney jumps up onto the scales before our supervisors from the IBF and the WBC, and he weighs 53.48 for Mayhem Moloney. We'll grab a couple of words with both of our boys. First of all, to Andre, you've travelled a long way, and this is a massive opportunity for you.
It's a grand opportunity. I can't wait to be in the ring tomorrow with him and show my skill set.
This is your coming out party. Is that the way you see it? This is your opportunity to show the world that you are world class.
Yeah. Hello, world. My name's Andre Donovan. Nice to meet you.
What happens in this fight tomorrow night?
I knock him out.
Simple?
Simple.
What round?
We don't know yet, but we'll get it done.
What makes you so confident of that?
I'm Andre Sugar Dre Donovan.
Well, we can't wait to see you in the ring. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. We'll grab his opponent. Well, there you go. So he's, as I said, he's come a long way. You know what's in front of you.
Yeah, I do know what's in front of me, and I know what a win's going to do for my career. So I've trained extremely hard for this, and I'm ready to win at all costs, and I'm ready to go.
You've been to the top of the mountain, and you're desperate to get back there. That's what's on the line here, that chance, that climb.
That's right, and I know I can get back to that top of the mountain. I've been number 1 before, and I feel like I'm boxing better than I ever have. So I'm going to show that tomorrow night. Another giant step towards becoming two-time world champion.
And to main event a card like this, seeing the fighters before you must be pretty special.
It's a big honour, mate. I'm really grateful to Tasman Fighters and everyone, Stand Sports, that's given me this opportunity. Seeing my name up on the billboards really added a bit of excitement and motivation this week, and I'm going to put on a great fight for the fans tomorrow night.
He's declared knockout. What's your prediction?
He'll be going home a sad, sorry and sore little boy on Friday morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him. That is Jason Moloney. We'll get them to go face to face.
I want it all.
You want it all?
I'm ready.
It's war, baby boy.
You've never been
It's
before.
war.
There's levels to this game.
Hey, it's new. It's new. I like new.
Yeah, but
Yep.
you won't be liking it tomorrow morning.
Let's go. We can do it right now.
Shit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your main event presented to you by Tasman Fighters Gold Star Promotions, Stand Sport Australia, UFC Fight Pass. This is Urban Warfare. Moloney up against Donovan. So that's all of the fighters weighed in. So all that's left now is for the fights tomorrow night. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll hand it back to our host, Mr. Rob Scheif.
What an amazing event that was. Maria, some great lineups there, some great face-offs. What are you excited for the most tomorrow night?
I can't lie, the way that Max came out and then how the way Tej tried to pull his fist down, but he refused to give in. I'm excited to see that one. Tej said he didn't do anything differently to prepare for Max, but I think that might have been a mistake.
Ted, bit of raw emotion there from Tej and Max. That was a bit of a highlight.
You know what? This is a Max thing, right? Everyone he fights, it seems that he brings something out of them, or he brings something out of himself. But if you're going to ask me the next question about who am I liking the most, I'm loving all of it. Ben Mahoney, Max McIntyre, all of it. Conor Wallace. I mean, it's just going to be a great card and very exciting if you're a fan.
Massive lineup for our main event tomorrow night. Donovan and Moloney. Moloney versus Donovan. Urban Warfare here live on Stan Sport at the Fortitude Music Hall. 4 or 5 titles on the line. The lineup is huge. There's going to be some highlights, some knockouts, and we had a first. Jason Moloney got to call somebody else small, so that was amazing. Make sure you tune in live on Stan Sport. The tickets will be sold out. That'll be the only place to see it with our broadcast partner, and what an amazing event. We're all looking forward to it. Maria, we'll see you tomorrow night hosting.
See you tomorrow.
Ted, you and I will be commentating, calling all the action, and it'll be all live on Stan Sport.